joined here today with Sean and Linette Bergmann, former owners of United Pest Solutions. Sean and Linette, I appreciate you guys taking the time to sit down.
Certainly.
It's been a few months since the acquisition of your business. So how you guys been?
Oh, great. Yeah. It's we still have a lot of things to do, but at the end of the day, I guess I'm probably going home earlier than I've ever done. But it's just the whole process has been fantastic.
Yeah. And how about for you, Linette?
Yeah, great. It's just kind of wrapping all the loose ends up. So we're looking forward to maybe in the next little bit to have all those ironed out and all the vendors changed and all those little details, but very excited.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And once again, congratulations to you both on such an incredible milestone. Not only to you two, but your family, the business, the employees as well. You guys have built really a great company over many years. And you've had a lot of success in this area for many years now, which is really incredible. So from all of us from the Ask Group, we just appreciate you guys for allowing us to represent you in your business. So while I do want to get into the process of selling the business, I first want to ask, prior to retaining us, what led you to this decision that you wanted to sell your business?
For me, we were just kind of I wouldn't say stuck. I'd say, we were growing very well, but just came down to, it was kind of a God thing that, we just felt like this is the time to get out, and we're 57 for her and 58 for me, and it's just, from that standpoint, it was great for us to be still young enough to be, retired and do a lot of different things. Right. So, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great answer. And Sean, your father, Marv, former NFL player for the Rams,
yes,
correct?
Yeah.
He formed the business back in 1960? Correct?
Yes.
So, and then you ended up taking over the business.
Yeah.
Was it ever, in your guys' thought process that one day you were going to sell, or what was that end goal for you both?
For us to sell, it just was organic.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it wasn't something that we wanted to need to get out of the business.
Right.
But it just kind of felt like it was the right space for us to do that. So yeah, I'm very fortunate. So.
I think one of the things that we were really impressed with about your company was the culture that you guys had built and took over from, obviously, your dad, but then what you ended up doing on top of that. So it was really just incredible to see that. And then just the metrics that you had with your business. It was incredible. Some of the things that your business had was just, it was really amazing to see. So fast forward to the beginning of this year, the business is in that position. You're in that position that you're ready to sell. What made you choose us to represent you guys?
We had tried looking in a little bit ourselves and going that route, and we weren't really happy with where it was going. So Sean had known Stuart from years ago from conferences and such. And so decided to reach out to Stuart and say, hey, what do you think if we counteroffered this? And Stuart had great advice and said, we can do better for you. And we just really didn't even hesitate based on the information he gave us and what made sense. Decided to use the Ask Group, and we just could not be happier, to be honest.
Awesome. Yeah, really appreciate that.
And that information really came true for us. Definitely we were able to get a better multiple and much more than we thought we would.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And, on behalf of my dad, I know we were talking about this before, but even years back, he was just saying, Sean and Linette, they have a great business out, on the West Coast, and they're such great people. So it was really an honor for us to represent you and really get to know you guys during this process. So then just talking about the process in general, from the marketing to the final closing, how would you just describe, from start to finish?
There's so many details to the process. And to be with a group that we trusted, for one, and that was organized, and we could always reach out to and know that we would get an amazing, detailed, quick answer in helping with the process step by step during the process, and then also after the due diligence, after things then progressed. All of that help was invaluable.
Yeah, we didn't have any clue what we were getting ourselves into. So,
yeah.
You think they, okay, we'll just, throw a price out there and get it, but it's there's so much to do, and if you want to do it right, and luckily, even more, Linette was really
very much so, yeah.
on top of everything. So, for anybody that wants to sell their business, definitely, make sure that you get things done in right time frame.
Yeah, agreed. And high praise to you, Linette, because you did get us a lot of information. That was really helpful. So I know on behalf of Dan and Nick, they really appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, they had it organized and a systematic process in terms of letting us know what needed to be done and helping us through all of that and answering all the questions. It was very beneficial.
And the sheet that you guys provide just tells us what are the things that we need to do at the right time. And it was very helpful.
Yeah, no, appreciate that. I know it could be a little overwhelming at first, but
it looks big.
Yeah, as you start going into the process, right, you chip away at things. It definitely, it's a long process, but like I said, as you chip away, it kind of, makes the light at the end of the tunnel a little brighter. And then, the presentation that we put, for United Pest Solutions that we put out to the potential purchasers, what stood out to you about it, and how did it communicate your guys' story?
Combining the illustrations, the photos, the numbers, the statistics, the graphs, the visual aspect of it, and then adding the detailed words to it and descriptions, just laid out a wonderful presentation, a wonderful picture of our business, starting from the beginning and our philosophies and our data. It was I think added a professional element to it that we hadn't had.
Regarding the negotiating and due diligence, I know we touched on that a little bit. That took place. How did the Aus Group handle those aspects on your guys' behalf?
Wonderful.
Yeah, you guys were Johnny on the spot, making sure that the communication, flows really well, and everyone, at least for us, we really felt like, we didn't need to really do that much as far as the things that we didn't know, right? So it was really helpful for us to know that we've, you guys have our backs. So.
Oh, that's awesome. I really appreciate those kind words. And for closing thoughts, what would you say to those that are contemplating selling their businesses?
I mean, to me, it's just part of the business. So we didn't have any conceptions of what that would be, but knowing the work that it took on your end, it's for sure, it's well worth it. I mean, we like I said, we've done much better than we could ever do, and it's you get your return for sure.
Yeah, and we appreciate you guys. It was a wonderful experience to have your help.
Yeah, well, again, on behalf of all of us, we really appreciate you guys not only taking the time, but trusting in us to represent you. We really enjoyed this process, getting to know you both, but also just developing that friendship. So once again, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.